Hello and thanks for watching The Ancients Speak. Let's learn Chinese from the wisdom of the ancients. In our last episode, we've learned the Chinese word for heart, 心. In this episode, let's learn a new word with 心, heart, as its radical, the Chinese word 语. The upper part of this word is 语, which was often used as a name in the ancient Chinese stories. The lower part is 心, heart, which we've learned in the previous two episodes. The basic meaning of this word, 愚, is foolish. The ancient Chinese teacher Zhuangzi says, 知其愚者，非大愚也。知其愚者，非大愚也。知 means be aware of. 其 is the third person possessive pronoun meaning his. 愚 foolish. 者 is an auxiliary word referring to this type of person or this type of thing. So, 知其愚者 refers to the person who is aware that he is foolish. 非 means not. 大 big or huge, and here it indicates the extent of something. 也 is an auxiliary word in the Old Chinese. Putting these together, Teacher Zhuangzi is saying that if one is aware that he is foolish, he is not yet the worst fool. 知其愚者，非大愚也. We now live in the world full of information. We can easily get all kinds of knowledge from the internet. But having knowledge is not having wisdom. The British author Charles Spurgeon says, wisdom is the right use of knowledge. To know is not to be wise. Many men knows a great deal and are all the fools for it. We could have a prominent educational background and still make disaster out of our life. We could be in a very important job position and have great possessions and still make very unwise and even fatal decisions. I think of the parable of the prodigal son in the Holy Bible. A man has two sons. One day, the younger son asked his father to give him his portion of the family estate as an early inheritance. Once he received it, the son promptly goes on a journey to a distant land and there squanders all his money with a wild living. When the money runs out, a severe famine hits the country and the son finds himself in a dire situation. So he takes a job feeding pigs. The son becomes more and more destitute and even longs to eat the food he is giving to the pigs. The son finally comes to his senses and remembers his father. In humility, he recognizes foolishness and decides to return to his father and ask for forgiveness and mercy. The father, who had been watching and waiting, receives his son back with open arms of compassion. He is overjoyed by the return of his lost son. The book of Proverbs of the Holy Bible teaches, the way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but the wise man listens to advice. A wise man must be humble enough to be teachable to listen to advice. In the case of the prodigal son, instead of humbly serving his father and his family and learning from his father, he hurried off to hang out with his party friends. In so doing, he did what was right in his own eyes, and had to be humbled by the heavy-handed consequences of his foolish lifestyle and poor choices. The prodigal son's greedy decision of independence had dishonored his father and his family. But now in humility, the son recognized his foolishness and returned to his father for forgiveness and mercy. Do we consider ourselves a wise person? Or are we like the prodigal son in some way in our own life, trying to set out on our own without listening to wise advice? Do we long for wisdom and the blessings that accompany it when we have clear and reliable advice for life's decisions? Being wise is a long process of learning and many times entails trials and hard lessons. Yet, a foolish person will experience even harder lessons if he proudly ignores wise advice and recklessly continues on his own stubborn ways. Therefore, teacher Zhuangzi encourages us all to be wise by the first step of humble self-reflection by saying, 知其愚者，非大愚也. Meaning, if one is aware that he is foolish, he is not yet the worst fool. The Bible says, forsake the foolish and live, and go in the way of understanding. Seek it like silver, and search for it as for hidden treasures. Because if you are wise, you will be the one to benefit. Let's review the Chinese saying of Zhuangzi we learned today. 知其愚者，非大愚也。知其愚者，非大愚也。知 be aware of. 其 is the third person possessed pronoun, meaning his. 愚 foolish. 者 refers to this type of person, so 知其愚者 refers to the person who is aware that he is foolish. 非 meaning not. 大 means big or huge, and here it indicates the extent of something. 也 is an auxiliary word in the Old Chinese. Putting these together, teacher Zhuangzi is saying that if one is aware that he is foolish, he is not yet the worst fool. Again, 知其愚者，非大愚也。愚。And thanks for watching the ancients speak and learning Chinese together through their wise old sayings.